Hello everybody, toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. I am here tonight to talk about the full moon, or dark moon that's coming up. I don't know why I keep thinking it's a full moon, because everybody's talking about the eclipse. The solar eclipse that's coming up. So let's talk about the solar eclipse first. So it'll be visible in South America, Australia, South Africa, Antarctica. So for everybody way down south, you'll be able to see it. It will be a full solar eclipse, so it should be amazing. Make sure you don't look at the sun and all that stuff. Everybody else, we're not going to really see it. Like I said, it's only visible down there. So the energy will be felt way stronger in the places where you can see it, but it will ripple through everywhere, and we'll feel this energy of the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is really like a new beginning, and since the solar eclipse actually happens in conjunction with the south node, it also has a lot to do with releasing old things. So we have a cleansing, think of it as like a baptism by fire and coming out the other side ready for something new. In conjunction with this dark moon that's coming up, there's a lot of like grand transitional shedding what's old and really listening to the higher consciousness, the higher self. A lot of the I'm going to say gurus that I listen to and watch and follow and stuff like that are all talking about this grand ascension that we're going through as a people and as a culture and a society and an earth, and that at this point we're reaching this like apex of it is time to let go of the old and really step into the new. So with this solar eclipse and this dark moon, this new beginning, like it's really time to shed that old skin, to shed those old beliefs. And I'm not just talking like superficial things. I'm talking deep-seated, like you have to let go of that. Whatever you're holding on to that is it's not serving you. And there is a lot out there that we hold on to that is not serving us. And it's now that we have to just let go of that. And we have to be able to like come out of our cocoon. This moment will be our cocoon. It will be our transition. And we come out the other side ready, like bright-eyed children, ready for something new. So there's a lot of different energy that's going on right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about that other stuff, and then we'll come back to the dark moon that's coming up. So tomorrow on the 1st, we have Neptune coming stationary and direct. There will be like a moment where it's stationary and then it moves forward. Moves back to forward. So before, a couple months ago, our dark moon came with like all of the planets in retrograde. And it was very much a time of hard, in your face, these are the problems right now, here, look at them. And I think there was a lot of things bubbling to the surface. And so now we're coming out of that. And as Neptune comes out of retrograde, Uranus will be the only one left in retrograde. And we have all of our planets moving direct, which is a very forward-flowing energy. And you're going to feel that go, 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 forward, forward, forward. So don't get caught up in making choices just because you feel like you have to take that next step. Keep in mind that as you're taking each one of these steps forward, that you are making the right decision. You're taking the right step forward. You're not making these choices based off of fear, based off of past beliefs, based off of other people's beliefs, but that you're making these choices based off of truth. In fact, I'm going to sneeze. Oh. Excuse me. Okay. Holy cow. All right. So, and as this Neptune energy comes direct, it's also going to really intensify Neptune's influence on things. So Neptune is a fluid, watery, moving, flowing, creative illusions and visions, and it's got this very flowing energy. And when we're feeling that, you're going to feel the creativity. Be mindful of your dreams and the illusions. Make sure that they don't become delusions. You might, like I said, you might feel your dreams becoming more vivid, more imaginary. And that's amazing. Love that. And bring out that inner child in yourself. And this is a time where you're going to be able to honor that. It also has to do with imagination and creativity and this divine love, this unconditional, that paternal, divine, parental, divine love. Deep, true, unconditional. That warm hug that And so you're going to feel that kind of like flowing out. And this flowing energy of Neptune is, I heard it referred today as leaky. Because it leaks out of everything. It's not a containable energy. We try to hold it in our buckets or hold it in our hands or hold it in a place, and it leaks out. And it brings with it all of the wisdom and intuition and transitional energy of water and information. And so we're going to see this information coming out all over the place. We're going to feel this information coming at us. We're going to feel it coming from the divine source, from the natural sources. We're going to see it coming out into the world. And it was just really funny when I was listening to one of the people I follow. She was talking about the leaking energy, and then later in her conversation she talked about how Neptune is also connected with medicine and drugs and the teas and herbs that we take, but also the pharmaceutical drugs and also the hallucinogens and the alternative drugs and that kind of thing. And that it has this ability to intensify our experience in these things. And all I could think in my brain was the leaking information from our pharmaceutical companies. And I think we're going to see a lot of that. And I'm hoping that the news doesn't hush and hush that. But we're going to see a lot more information just leaking out of everywhere. So pay attention to what information is leaking into your septum of knowledge, like what's coming to you. Because it's important to follow that intuition. Follow the clues that come out to you. In a less political example, I'm watching too much politics. In a less political, example, I've been being called to a new goddess in my practice, and I haven't even fully identified who she is. She is a veiled goddess, so it makes it a little more difficult because there's not a lot written about veiled goddess. I mean, I'm sure there is. So if you have that information, send it my way. I'd love that. Anyways, she has really been coming to me a lot. And as Neptune is coming closer, and in the last couple days, some of the visions have been like almost intrusive, leaking information into my world. And I didn't even think about it, but there's been a lot of animals in the neighborhood recently that have been run over. And then it's so sad and unfortunate when you're in that moment, you don't really process that. But I'm sorry, just in my brain in that moment, I was like, oh, I have seen a lot of pets, and it's just one of those things, like maybe that's a leaking piece of information to put into this puzzle. And so some things aren't going to be obvious. Some things aren't going to be like, oh, I had a vision and Diana came to me. I mean, the first time I worked with Diana, the goddess, she did come to me and she sat down next to me, and it was like having a conversation with the most maternal energy that I've ever felt in my life. And it was a beautiful, amazing moment. And it was very, literal. So this new visions that I'm getting and this new connection I'm getting is not like that. And it's very obscure. It's very shadowy. I've pondered it. Maybe, it's Hecate. Maybe it's Astarte. Maybe, there's all kinds of things that have just been coming into my brain. Maybe it's one that we don't even know. There's an Egyptian goddess that they have trouble with her name. Anyways, so not all of this leaking information that you're getting right now is going to be like bam in your face. This is exactly what it is. Some of it's going to be more obscure. But this flowing Neptune energy is bringing this information to you for a reason. So follow that intuition. Listen to this leaking information coming into your world. Let it create the visions that you need to see in order to understand it, and feel that divine love. So this leading into this dark moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius brings an energy of truth and justice and higher consciousness, and so Sagittarius is the I can't remember, centaur? No, maybe? The half horse, half person. Might be a centaur. I think it's a centaur. Sorry, there's the other one that's half a goat, half person, and sometimes in my brain I get them confused. But anyways, half horse, half person, obviously top, half person. But he stood up for his race and his people, and he learned and he educated himself, and he mastered these things, and he showed that we can do this, and we don't just have to be the offhanded offspring of this goddess. Like, we have importance, and we have this good thing, and he protected his children, and he made a stance for his people. And so with this dark moon, we're going to feel that Sagittarian energy standing up for justice and standing up for what is right. And I'm getting the funniest look from the people getting off of work in this bank. I just wonder, I guess we live in a world where it's normal for you to talk to your phone like this, but it's just funny to see the looks that I'm getting. Anyways, so this Sagittarian energy of justice and higher consciousness and doing what is right for yourself and for you, because that is really what is truly right. And with the eclipse and this cleansing of what is old and shagging off, I think of a snake letting go of their old skin, and they just let it go. You let that go, you grow, you move forward, and allowing this higher self to really take charge. It's time to stop letting fear be your motivator, doubt be your motivator, contentness. We have this ability to get so comfortable in a situation that we're like, this is just how it is, so this is how it's going to be. And we don't have to do that. And this energy that we're feeling right now is really powerful. If you think about it, we're in the dark season, which is that time between Samhain and Yule, when the divine energy has passed, and we are in this dark energy before the new beginning of Yule. We are on the dark moon, and we have this solar eclipse, which is going to completely darken the sun. We're going to get that ring of fire. If you're in Antarctica or Australia, Melbourne, Australia, I think it said on the 4th. I don't know what time. I didn't see that. But if you're in Melbourne, Australia, you'll totally be able to see it. It'll be amazing. However, we have all of this very dark energy, and then we're going to come out the other side. And we're going to blossom into this beautiful new beginning. But you have to be able to step into the darkness and shed off that skin and shed off the things that are old and that you don't need anymore. And it is so easy to sit here and say, okay, when this dark moon comes, build your cocoon and come out a beautiful butterfly, and it's going to be so easy. So it'll take, this energy will reside of the eclipse will reside for about 6 months after the eclipse, is what they say. I think it's hard to put dates and times on things, because we live in this world where we have this calendar that is not connected to our spiritual calendar. But this energy will be felt for some time. And it is this grand transition that we're coming out of. So right now is the darkest of the darkest of the darkest. I wonder where the moon is at. And we just had a super moon, so it's pretty close. It's not at apogee, whatever. It's not super far away. That would even more intensify this dark energy, because the moon would be as far away as it could be. Would be in this darkness. It's all of this darkness. And when that can be a fearful thought. It can be this feeling comes down. And it doesn't have to be. The darkness is a beautiful place. All things are born out of the darkness. I'm reminded of the Hawaiian goddess who can manifest life out of nothing. And she has this beautiful ability to just... And there is life. There's everything that you need. She needs nothing but the void, nothing but the darkness. And you can find examples of this in all cultures. This one is just the most obvious. But this divine energy out of darkness is like what we're going to get a hug from right now. And you step into this very dark time and you get this really big hug from this beautiful dark goddess who is like, I love you, it's okay. Let's just be happy. And then you have the Sagittarian energy of truth and justice and nobility and like, we're going to do what's right. And this is how it's going to be, all coming. Oh, it's like a big hug from this amazing energy. And so don't step into this time of darkness with fear. You're going to see a lot of like, oh my God, it's the solar eclipse. It says it. No. This is a good energy. This is a good time. This is, like I said, this is an embrace from this beautiful energy of the Divine Mother. She is super ripe with child right now. I mean, she's going to give birth on Yule, so she's very close. And for those of us who have had children, you know what it feels like to be 8-9 months pregnant. Very pregnant. And so she's got this beautiful maternal dark energy of like, just let me give you a big hug. So take that moment to really let that hug come in. And feel that. And the Sagittarian energy is like coming in behind that with another bigger hug. It's like, oh, I'm hugging you with truth and justice and nobility and your truth and honoring your true self. And honoring like who it is that you're meant to be and this grand, amazing thing. Oh, it's just such a beautiful energy. I can really feel it like, emanating forth. And I'm just thinking about this embrace. One of my spirit guides, my water spirit guide, gives the best hugs. And I was just thinking like, I need this energy. So you're going to feel a lot of that. Really shedding those old beliefs. So like as you step into this warm embrace, this embrace of dark, beautiful, nurturing energy, take a breath and in that moment, let go of all of those things that you don't need anymore. Shed those old beliefs. Shed the things that are not helping you, that you just hold on to because you've held on to it for so long. That's just what you do every morning. You get up, and you pick up that bag of rocks, and I'm taking this with me. You don't have to. Put it down. You don't even need to go through it. Just put it down, let it go, and shed off that energy. Let it really flow. This is a time of like liberation from your past. You know, your realization of true self. And really feeling the empowerment to voice that true self and honor it and stand up with it and be proud of that and embrace that. You know, you're going to feel the courage to really honor your true feelings. And again, because it's that embrace, it's just that good hug. Like, if I could hug, I would just all hug. I'm not even a hugger. I don't like people touching me. Like, no. But that's what this energy is about right now. Excuse me. So, we also, influencing this energy from other places, we have the sun and the moon quincux with Uranus right now. So that is bringing in this like fresh energy of the higher mind and like this higher frequency. Uranus brings about a really high frequency energy. And it's like, whoom, 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 whoom. which again reminds me of that maternal womb and that pulsating energy. And yes, Uranus is in retrograde right now, so it might be reminding you of some things, but this is like a, you can do this. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. That's what we're getting right now from that. And then we have Mars, which is in Scorpio still. So it's a very powerful, potent energy that we have right now. And it is quincux with Eris. So that's another warrior, individual, stand up for what's right kind of energy. And so we have them kind of working together and really empowering this truth and individuality and this warrior energy in yourself to stand up and I can do this and you can do this. This is the time. This is a time right now. If your whole life you have lived this life that is not you, or you've done these things because you think you need to do them because somebody has told you to, that let it go. Just step out into this new world. Be your true higher self and let that come through. And no, I mean, it might happen overnight. And that's beautiful. It might take 6 months. It might happen somewhere along the lines, but you have to allow that change to happen and to accept it and to honor yourself and to be like, you know what, this is okay. Change is okay and I can do this. Because I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Okay? We also have Jupiter and Mars square right now, which is a conflicting angle when it is thought, like when we talk about square, it's not one that's like, yay, it's more of like, ooh, kind of challenge. However, Jupiter is lending this fighting angle to like, we need to do what is right. It's not just about your belief system. It is challenging you to put your money where your mouth is and your actions where your mouth is, and really to stand up and live by that. And so in who you are and who you are in your community and who you want your community to be. And then on top of that, we have Jupiter sextile to Eris. So this is like this new social structure. So again, it is calling out this you stepping up to your higher self and standing up to be the right person who you should be and who you are meant to be and who is the best person for your community. And it's calling you out to then go out and live that, because if we each went out and did that, our community would reflect that as a whole. And when people are like, oh, it's selfish to only worry about yourself and to only better yourself. No, if everybody went out and bettered themselves and was really a better person for the fact of being a better person, and you were humble and giving and kind and courteous and you were giving and thoughtful and all of these things that are important to be a good person, our community would reflect that, because everybody would be out doing that. Your best intentions would then be reflected in the way that you treated other people, and we would have this better place. And right now we have this really amazing opportunity to tap into this celestial energy and say, yes, I can do this. And I can be a better person. I can be true to my higher self. I can stand up for myself and have courage and faith and shed off these things that I don't need and let go of fear and doubt and all of the things that are holding me back, so that I can stand up and be strong and do better, so that I can then ripple that out into the world around me. So there's a lot of like really great energy that's happening right now. So it's just exciting. And I really hope that more people are tapping into this energy and that are doing this for themselves. That you are accepting this warm embrace from the Earth's energy, from the celestial body's energy, and from the Earth. And you're just like, yes, I'm going to accept this hug from the Earth and for this beautiful energy. And then I'm going to ripple that out, and I'm going to better myself. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to stand up for my people. I'm going to stand up for, everybody. And by my people, I mean all of the people around you. Not like we need more segregation in this world. That is not what this is about. Ow. Please stop separating yourself away from each other. That is not the answer. We need to go out. We need to be next to someone and talk to them and be a part of this change. And that's the only way we're going to get it. So, I'm watching way too much political. I'm like contemplating starting a new YouTube channel where I can talk about political things because I try not to get into that here. I want to empower you to be the best person that you can be. I want to empower you to have the strongest practice and faith and spirituality and connection to the earth that you can have. And I want you to share that energy with the people around you so that we can all experience this beautiful energy. So, yeah, this dark moon that's coming up is with the solar eclipse and Neptune and all of the other planets in direct motion. We'll have a lot of flowing energy. Just sharing this with you, I feel like I have this huge stress because this information needs to go out there. I was really disappointed when I was looking through all of the posts on like, what is this, this next solar eclipse, and even some of the YouTubers that I follow that normally post on all of these activities haven't posted yet. I'm like, there's just a lot of like, So, I just feel like this, like, I'm glad that I was able to let this leak out into the world of the internet so that it can permeate and go out and do its thing. Because we need this information out there. We need to know that this dark energy is a beautiful thing. Like, accept this hug. Like, take it. Big hug. Big hug from the cosmos and the earth and the goddess and the energy of justice and truth and higher self, wisdom, courage. Like, these are the things that we are being permeated by. So I really hope that you get to take 5 minutes, even if that's all you get. Breathe that energy in, like really if all you have is 5 minutes, really visualize it. Like, I really like to put full visual effects, like in the old 80s movies where like you see the greens. Take that energy in and really suck in the energy of this beautiful, like, go outside in the dark and suck that dark energy in and feel that embrace from this beautiful goddess. And like I said, it doesn't have to be the Hawaiian goddess, but it is all of this maternal, dark, birthing of amazingness out of nothingness. It is that energy, and it's that energy coming together with this energy of justice and power and truth and righteousness of Sagittarius. And it's a good time. So, before I say all of this for like the 50 bazillionth time, because it's so exciting for me, honestly, I can't wait for this. I don't even know what I'm going to do. It's just going to be, I'm excited. So I really hope that you get to go out and enjoy this energy. And like I said, even if it's only for 5 minutes and you go outside and you're like, I suck this energy, really take it in and feel that. Maybe take a warm shower or a cold shower or whatever you do to really feel present and enjoy that energy, absorb that energy. It's there. So, yeah. I hope everybody really does enjoy this full moon, or dark moon. I don't know why I keep saying it's a full moon. It's just so full of energy. It's hard to associate it with the darkness because we have been so conditioned in our reality to think of the darkness as this negative thing. And it's not. It is not a bad thing. It is not an evil, like, oh, murky vampires and ghosts and blah, 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 blah. No, that's not what it is. The darkness is beautiful. It is all-encompassing. It is the void in which all things were born from. It is the womb in which we grew in. It is the place in which we were conceived. I mean, even if you had the lights on, what happened? It's dark in there. This is where this beauty, it's where the seed germinates and comes out of the earth. It is a beautiful thing. And to embrace that and accept that and really welcome that into your life, you will see the benefits. You will see that you can manifest this. I was doing yoga this morning and the mantra was, joy is your birthright, because it is. The car in front of me is leaving, so she turned on her brake lights. But that was really funny. Joy is your bird light. Red, ominous light. It was like my spirit guides are like, your time is up. Anyways, I hope everybody has a fantastic dark moon. Get out and see the solar eclipse if you're in the southern hemisphere. And I send my blessings to you. A nice, warm, dark hug. Like, really think of the best hug you've ever gotten from, like, a grandmother figure who's like, I love you. And take that up. So, many blessings to you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys all tomorrow for the introspective journey. Join us.